Then I had some talks also for the general public. And then women became interested, and several women just raised their hands. I have records. And so after the first study, just women from mainly Germany, but also some from the US, some from Italy, sent me these records. And so I just collected them and analyzed them until I had finally 176 cycles. And this time I took care that the women were younger, because in the first study, half of the women were already pre-menopausal. So very the cycle. And I noticed that with age, the cycle is shortening. Shortening, it does not synchronize anymore to follow a new moon. So the synchronization I have mainly seen in the younger women. And so now the women I had always started to record before they were 25 years old.
I see. And that's probably important. I would imagine intuitively, obviously, age is going to play into any sort of robustness in the periodicity or the pattern of these types of cycles, whether it's the menstrual cycle or even just like sleep-wake cycles. We know that as people age, our sleep cycles and all of these things just sort of break down over time.
Yeah, that's true. And it was the most stable, to be honest, in the Middle Ages. So at the beginning, it was quite irregular. Sometimes had very long periods up to 35 days, but later it became much more stable. When there was a phase that it was close to the lunar phase, there was also always a coupling to the full or new moon, sometimes only for 4 months, but sometimes for 1-2 years.
And so, independent of having this data set and seeing these early patterns, with your background in chronobiology, was there a good reason for you to suspect that lunar cycles would be tied to hormonal cycles in the body?
It was just an idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it, but it was just interesting to see this. And of course, still, we don't know why.
Yeah. And so I would imagine at some point, I mean, I don't know, but is there like an app that women use today to track their cycles more robustly, and we have more data now?
Absolutely, that's true. And that was interesting because all the women who sent me the data after, in this century, not in the last century, they all used apps. So they recorded on cell phone apps. So they then sent me either the screenshot of the app or they had it in an Excel file. We could export it. So it was all electronically. The interesting thing was when I pulled all these new data, I could barely see any synchronization to the moon. So at the beginning, I was quite disappointed. So I thought, okay, it's not like it was in the first study. And then I had the idea to separate the data in data that were collected before 2010 and after 2010.
Right. And 2010 why is that a special time?
Yeah, because at that time, the LEDs that are quite energy, that send energy, light of high energy, and also
like blue light, basically.
Light, for example, yes, they came on the market and they replaced the common light bulbs almost everywhere, outside, but also inside the house.
This might be a good spot to explain to people the significance of light intensity and light color and wavelength and energy. So why is it significant? Blue light is being emitted from these LEDs in this new technology in smartphones and other things. What does blue light look like throughout the day in a naturalistic setting?
So sunlight is rich of blue light.